Hi guys, Cowgirl Kelly here. Alright, I'm ready to do a review on in Playa del Carmen, Mexico for Viva, Wyndham, Maya. Now I saw tons of videos that had pictures of the rooms before I left. They had pictures of the landscaping, but nobody really told us how everything else was. So I'm going to tell you the real deal. So let's talk about Playa del Carmen. There's many things to do in Playa del Carmen, the city, the food, but in particular I just want to talk about the hotel for now. The hotel at Viva, Wyndham, Maya, I'm going to say is 1 star out of 5. They also have an Aztec, which is a few doors down. There's a room in between 2 hotels. This is an all-inclusive. So if you want to go for all-inclusive, you need to make sure that the food is good, the amenities, you can find what kind of amenities there are for your children or for your family, whoever's going. So the amenities that we saw online through Travelocity, which is where we got our tickets from, was a far different cry when you get to the hotel. So first, we're going to go over the hotel. The landscaping is beautiful. It's nice. They had a DJ. He was really good. They had beautiful pools. The beach was terrible. I live in Florida, so in Florida we have nice beaches. They're clear, they're nice, they don't have seaweed, you can go boating, and so I know what a beach looks like. Their beach was brown. It was kind of like a Galveston, Texas or Baywater. It had seaweed that reeked, you know, when you're going by the water company and it reeks like rotten eggs. That's what the beach is like. So you don't go for the beaches, you actually go for the culture, to see what the culture is like, the food, and experience Mexico if you've ever been. We were in Playa del Carmen all the way up to Cancun, and we liked 0 beaches. We didn't like any of the beaches whatsoever. But the hotel in particular, the food was terrible. They had a buffet. Everything was the same every single day. And yes, you can go ahead and do restaurant reservations, but it's the same dang thing as the buffet. The buffet had half regular fruit, half rotten. They had the same food every single day. Nothing for vegans whatsoever. If you ask for hot water, they will be rude and they'll tell you to go find a waiter, but they don't have waiters because it's a buffet line. They don't have waiters. So the food sucked. The hotel was big, spacious. I requested to get a hotel that was near the garden, not the pool, because they have an amphitheater there, and I was not interested in hearing banging all night, but that's not what I got. I got a hotel that's right above all the shows, and I got 1 bed, and I paid for 2 beds because I went with one of my daughters. So all you heard was bam, 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 bam all night long till about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I really didn't care for that. And if you go downstairs and talk to customer service, it's a nightmare. When we first checked in, it took about an hour and a half just to get checked in. They give you a map and say, hey, here's a map. Go to your room, look at the map, and these are your amenities. But they weren't on the map. The stupid map I was so tired of. By the end of this day, I wanted to scream. I went to customer service. I said, hey, where's all these amenities that are in Travelocity? And they're like, go look at your map. So they were not helpful whatsoever. They did have exchange rate over there inside the hotel that was much better than the airport. The airport was 17.5 pesos per 1 US dollar, and at our hotel it was $19. But in the street at the banks, it was 22 pesos per 1 US dollar. So if you want to exchange it, you can, but you have to go to the bank and they charge you $6 per 100 US dollars to pull through the ATM inside the bank. So that's the exchange rate, just in case you want to know. Customer service, we had a battle with. We had to scream out almost daily because they wouldn't give us information. Like we asked, where's the kayaks? She goes, look at your map. We didn't see it on the map. So we walked around the beach. That's probably where the kayaks are. We didn't find them. She said that they have boogie boards. We didn't see the boogie boards. They weren't on the beach. We went and asked, and she said, go look at your map in your room. So it was starting to really piss us off because there was 6 of us in my family. And we all went on vacation together, which is difficult to do with everybody's job. And here we are at this hotel that had good reviews until we left, and then it had terrible reviews. And the same thing. They wouldn't tell you where the amenities were. They wouldn't tell us where the stupid kayaks were. We asked for boogie boards. We couldn't find that. We asked where the hot water was. Nobody wanted to help us. We walked around the facility. We finally found a bar. And the man goes, I have hot water here for tea. And I said, yeah, that's what I've been looking for. They had some pudding. And so my daughter ate it because she was scrounging for food because she's vegan and doesn't want anything else. So she saw some pudding, and they said, hey, we don't have any more. I said, when are you going to have some more? And he said, we're not. This is it. So 20 minutes later goes by, and we come back, and there's more pudding. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So they lied a lot. Go back downstairs and say, hey, where's the rest of the amenities that are displayed here in Travelocity's ticket? And she just said, well, all you gotta do is look at your map. I said, I'm so tired of this stupid map. We looked at this map on our door 100 times. So we walked around to find everything. And if you speak the Spanish language, this is what I did not like about this hotel, because I am a world traveler. I've been to so many countries, and I've never been treated with disrespect and racism as I did at this resort. So all of us were discriminated because we're not the Spanish-speaking people. We're just regular people from the United States. But my daughter, my oldest one, she speaks Spanish. She's bilingual. So once they heard her speak Spanish, they were like, oh, ¿cómo está? And they started talking to her. But before, when we were complaining to customer service, they didn't want to listen to us. We asked for a manager trying to figure out where the amenities were, and they wouldn't help us. They wouldn't even give us a name until we started screaming. And then when my daughter finally started screaming in Spanish, they listened. So we finally found the manager, and we had a little round table with the manager and said, look, you got all kinds of issues going on here. You can't tell us where the amenities are. We've walked around. We don't see the kayak. We don't see the boogie boards. We don't see the hot water. We have to beg for help. We have to ask customer service. They don't want to help us. It takes an hour to check in. The food is terrible. At least have some better options. You know, trying to help them out, maybe constructive criticism. And he's like, well, I've never heard of this. And then I hurried up and went on to Google, and that whole week was terrible. The week before was terrible. When we booked our tickets, it was decent. So something happened in between where it was really bad. So needless to say, we did not eat there, but the first day we went out into the city. The city was great. We had tacos at a place called El Fonton, I believe it is, and they were great. They were authentic, and they're on next to 5th Avenue. There's 3 of them. You can just go on 5th and you'll find it, or look it up on your Google Maps. We found another restaurant called Alu, but it looks like a Lux, and it is a cenote. Cenote is a cave. It is inside a cave. It's high-priced dinner. The food is maybe rated at 2. It's about $200 for 5 of us, and the food was not all that, but it's the scenery. So you're paying for the scenery because it's in a cave. We went to another restaurant on 5th, and that was really good. We went to 2 more restaurants on 5th, and I will display it in my video with pictures and the menu. We had a great time eating out. Caution, do not use the ATMs in the street. God knows how many readers are on there. Go to the actual banks if you run out of money, and the hotels sometimes have it if they haven't ran out of money. It does spit out pesos, not United States dollars, by the way. So the city has a lot of culture. It has ruins, it has cenotes. They have a lot of restaurants. Guys, on 5th Avenue, they have a lot of restaurants, and they're Authentic restaurants, they're nice, the people are friendly, good people. If you go down 5th, take a taxi. It's about 400 pesos from the hotel to 5th Avenue, which is the main drag where everything's out. But if you go the side over, you can find the El Fonton, and then you can also find a Walmart, and that's a different kind of Walmart. It has an escalator going up. They sell scooters in there, like Honda scooters. It was the most bizarre Walmart I've ever been into, but I like their Walmart better than our Walmarts. But anyway, so let's talk about the excursions. The excursions, the ruins, they have many, many ruins you can go to. You can get your excursions off of offer. Let's see, there's 3 different sites we use. We use viator.com. You can use Expedia and go to activities. You can also go to Travelocity and go to activities, and they will have excursions, and you decide which one you want. Look at the price, pay attention to it. I'm going to give you an example. They had Isla Mujeres. Everybody wants to go there because the water's so clear. You're supposed to, the way it's described in every place we went to is you take a catamaran from your hotel, they pick you up, they take you for lunch, they take the catamaran and they take you to snorkeling in the water, and then you go to the island and you have 4 hours to do what you want. To rent a golf cart is $20, to go eat different foods and have a good time, but that's not really what it is. On 5th Avenue, we found this guy who was selling Isla Mujeres tickets, and he has a tiki hut, if you will, right as you enter 5th Avenue, and his name is Johnny, so beware of Johnny. So Johnny offered that. It's $69, and so we waited in the morning. They failed to show, so at 8 o'clock, because they told us to be there at 7:45, I called them on my WhatsApp, because you will need to download WhatsApp to reach any of these vendors. And there happened to be a lady next to me who bought her tickets to Isla Mujeres from the hotel. They all use vendors, so God knows what you're going to end up with. So what we end up doing is we're all waiting. Nobody shows up for myself or the lady who purchased the tickets at the hotel. So I called, and the guy said, I don't know what happened to him. You should have called me earlier. And I'm like, well, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. He goes, all the boats are gone for the day. And he lied. And so I said, you got 10 minutes to get here, so you have to fight a little bit. And he said, oh, I don't have 10 minutes. I said, we paid you in advance. I got the receipt. I'm calling the cops if you don't give me my money back. So what'd he do? In 10 minutes. He found me in 10 minutes and got in his car wherever he was and brought us our money back. So we had 6 people that were going. One person was so annoyed. She's like, I'm not going. I'm tired of this nonsense. So we went ahead and took a taxi to Cancun, which was a 50-minute drive. We get to Cancun. We purchased tickets to Isla Mujeres, and they said, you're going to get on a catamaran, the same spiel that Johnny gave us. So we wait for the catamaran. It's an hour late. It wasn't a catamaran. It was a boat with 2 motors, and one of the motors didn't work. They kept pumping the gas line, and they kept putting a t-shirt over it, trying to start it, and started. It finally started. We left. It wasn't a catamaran, though. It was more like a boat with 2 motors, like I said. Then we went snorkeling in the water. The water was clearer than the beaches on Playa del Carmen and clearer than Cancun by far. There was seaweed, but not as much. So we get to Isla Mujeres, and he goes, oh, you got 40 minutes. And we're like, 40 minutes? Y'all said 4 hours. So we couldn't go around the island to experience anything, but we saw some corn on the street they were making. They had some mangoes. They cut them into flowers. We had some mango on the street. We had a drink at a bar nearby. We only had 40 minutes, which is misleading because we wanted 4 hours so we could explore the island, but that didn't happen. So it's 3 o'clock now, and we're still waiting for lunch, and we're like, well, where's lunch? So we got on the boat, went to lunch. It was a buffet style, and it was at a restaurant bar. It was nice. The food was good. The spices were great. The peppers were great. But we didn't eat lunch till 4 o'clock. So if you go, I'm warning you, take you a snack because you're going to need one by the time you have lunch. It's really dinner time. So when we finished that, I'm looking and I saw a real catamaran, and I told the guy, I said, that's a catamaran. If you're in Florida, you know what a catamaran looks like. And he goes, no, that's a yacht, Mommy. I said, that's not a yacht, that's a catamaran. So it's not a catamaran, guys. It's a boat with 2 motors. It is not a catamaran. And you do not have 4 hours on the island. You got 40 minutes. But the lunch was good at 4 o'clock. Then we got on the boat. We went back to Cancun. That taxi driver was waiting for us, took us back to Playa del Carmen. It cost $100 for the taxi round trip, and it was $69 for the boat that Johnny lied to and said they were all gone for the day. Now, the lady that was standing next to us bought the tickets from the hotel. She got her money back because they also told her that the boats were gone for the day. So they lie a lot, especially at that hotel. They lie for everything. You can't get a straight answer. Don't ask them anything. You won't get a straight answer. I'm just giving you a warning for that. So I wish they'd do more videos on stuff that I've encountered instead of just showing pictures of the hotel rooms. Anyway, so if you want to go to the ruins, the cost is about $130. They come pick you up at the hotel, and it includes lunch also. The Tulum ruins is nice. They have tons of ruins, but they're really nice and peaceful. If you want clubs, they got tons of clubs on 5th Avenue. You have to be careful with the bracelet, and I'm gonna show you a picture at the end of my video. There is bracelets like right here. It'll say Wyndham. They're color coded, or Rue, whatever hotel you're at for all inclusive. They have a bracelet. So you're walking on 5th, doing excursions, looking around, and these people look at the bracelets, and what they do is they say, oh, we saw you at the Wyndham. We work at the bar. Well, I was only at the bar a few times, and I don't remember these guys, and they try to get you in their jewelry store. So the first time we didn't pick up on it. And then the second time when we were in Isla Mujeres, this guy says, oh, I saw you at the Wyndham at the bar. And we're like, wait a minute, we didn't see you at the bar. We know for a fact we didn't see you at the bar. So what they do is they just look at your bracelet. It'll say Wyndham or Rue, and so it's a really good way to lure you into their stores. They have all kinds of stores over there, funny stores, trinket stores, you name it. Some of them are kind of funny. So just be wary. If you hear somebody say that, it's just a way to get you in the store, and they're looking at your bracelet, and that's how they know where you belong to, what hotel. They've got them memorized. Anyway, so besides the excursions and besides not going to this hotel, please choose another hotel. I ended up writing the manager when I got back home, the district manager, and she said, sorry you didn't like it, too bad, so sad. And I called Travelocity, and I said this was like the worst hotel, 1 out of 5. Customer service is a 0 if I could give it. The food was 0 if I could get it. And I know those guys work hard every day. I really do know that they work hard every day. But you got to add some salt and pepper. If you like a cafeteria food because you're over 70 and your doctor says don't have salt or pepper, this is the place for you. But if you like you some peppers and some spice, some flavor, that's what I'm used to. You are not going to get it at this place, but you might get it at the room next door. So I'm a world traveler. I'm always traveling. I'm a certified scuba diver. As a result, I'm always on the road. I keep it international for the most part. So I've been to a lot of inclusives, all inclusives. I think the best one is Jamaica in Montego Bay. That is probably the best one. You don't even have to leave there, even though you want to because you have excursions. Those were the nicest people, the nicest hotel I've ever been to. So if you want on any advice on any hotel, I'll be glad to tell you. I've been to every Caribbean, Europe, probably been to most of Europe. I can tell you every place to go, but the thing is, if you have kids, all-inclusive is great. They probably don't know the difference between salt and pepper, but the kids we were with were like, this is gross. When you have 2 kids, you know, saying it's gross, that's a problem. And they were racist towards the kids that we were with as well. You know, if you didn't speak the language, you can hang it up. But if there's somebody else from Spain next to you, they will go and ignore you and start talking to them. If you finally find an excursion and you're in line waiting, they will get you out of line and get that person from Spain before you. So a lot of that nonsense, I don't like racism, so I do not like it in reverse. We're in their country, so you have to abide by their rules, which is fine and dandy. But doesn't mean I have to go to their hotel again, which I will never go to their hotel again. And I did contact Wyndham here in the United States when I got back, and they said that that is not the way they run a hotel. They are Viva. Wyndham is a sister company. And so they did send the owner my email and said, hey, we're sorry you had a bad time and the food was gross and the customer service was even worse, and that people got picked over you when you were in line for excursions when you finally found them. But nothing will happen out of that. But I just wanted to let them know that it wasn't acceptable. Some people go on vacation and they save for 5 years to get to go on a vacation. And what if we were one of those people? We'd be truly disappointed. But I was with my family, so we had a good time. And I want you to look at the pictures after this video so you can see the pictures of the food that we ate, the locations where we ate, the excursion that we were on, so you can at least get an idea. Mexico was a nice place. The people were nice, like I said again, but I think you probably want to stay at a different hotel. And I guess that's going to be my review. 1 out of 5 stars. 0 if I could give it. Now I hope y'all have a good day. Thank you for listening. There's a swimming pool for kids, for adults. There's a bar. We are at LFHON on 30th Avenue. This is the best meal I've ever had. What is this? Oh, ceviche. Cocktail ceviche. Oh, nice. This is the vegetarian enchilada. Frijoles, rice. A restaurant on 5th Avenue. It's called La Fontra. It's a restaurant and bar. It's got everything. It's got everything from soup, enchiladas. They have everything.
The enchiladas are really
juice.
good. The enchiladas are.
And it's on the main street. The main street is right here. They got a live band you can hear. It's on 5th Avenue. This is a mahi mahi with vegetables. Here's a restaurant in Fifth Avenue. It has tons of stuff. Tacos, hamburgers, soups, enchiladas. Ceviche is the best. And it's up on a treetop overlooking the city. And there's the water. These are the boats that take you back to Cancun. And if you want to go to Playa del Carmen, then you have to catch another boat or taxi. There is an ATM right there, but they do charge you a fee. It's El Banco. They charge you a fee, 8% fee. Like if you pull $100, it's a $6 fee. Cool. These are all the shops, and they will have. This is where you board to get back on the boat to go to the restaurant.